You know, one of the most effective things you can do to get your sales call off to a great start is to create an agenda for what you want to discuss with the customer and send this to them in advance so that they can comment on it several days before the meeting. Let's talk about why you would want to do that as a sales professional. The first thing is, it sets the expectations with the customer so there's no surprises what it is that you're there to talk to each other about. By inviting the customer to comment on the agenda before the meeting, it allows you to create a collaborative environment where you're interested. They know that you're interested in whether they have any additional items that are important for them to discuss. It gives them a chance to put them on the agenda so that they can be sure that their time is going to serve their needs as well as yours. This creates a collaborative relationship from the beginning. Now, if they don't give you any comments, that's fine, but at least you've offered them the option to do so. And a great many times, they will come back to you to say, of all of the items that you've listed, these two are the most important ones for me, so can we spend most time talking about them? That's critical for you to know so that you can adapt your meeting accordingly. Having an agenda serves to demonstrate that you're a professional, that you value your time as much as theirs, and you want to get the most from it. It sends a signal to the customer that their time isn't going to be wasted with a meandering presentation or a canned sales pitch. So it's very important that the agenda reflect what you already know is important to them, and that might be informed by phone calls that you've had, previous discussions that you've had with them or other people in their organization, or even your own research on the customer that you've done on the internet, reading their annual report, newspapers or other sources. Whatever it is that you know is important for them and important for you to achieve, that needs to go onto the agenda, chunked into the major sections. So let's say that there's 10 things that you would really like to discuss and get agreed. Putting 10 things on the agenda might seem like too much. Try and chunk it into 3 or 4 main headline areas under which those different topics will be discussed. It might be that your beginning is an opening, an introduction, a getting to know you. The next step might be something along the lines of what we understand about your needs as the customer. The next stage might be something along the lines of letting you know a little bit about us and putting our solutions in context to your needs. The final step might be something along the lines of let's discuss common ground, commitments, and next steps. When a customer sees an agenda arrive in their inbox, usually with your calendar invitation to confirm that the meeting is happening, they say, wow, this is a really organized salesperson, and especially where you've invited them to comment on anything they'd like to add or delete from that meeting. It shows that you are 100% customer-centric. The other thing that you will benefit from by creating an agenda is that you will know where you are in the meeting. So many times it's easy to get off track. The customer will say something that throws you on a tangent. Somebody walks into the room and the discussion goes in a different direction that you weren't expecting. But you know why you're there. You know what it is that you wanted to achieve in this meeting. And having a printed agenda in front of you allows you to make sure that you stay on track and achieve that target by the time the meeting is finished. Having a look also at the number of items that you need to cover in that meeting against the amount of time that's been provided for that meeting allows you to manage that time accordingly, especially if some items on that agenda are more important than others. You need to manage the time. So let's say you have a 60-minute meeting and 2 of those topics are the most important things. You might want to make sure that at least 40 minutes of the meeting is devoted to those 2 most important areas, and the rest of the time is divided between what's left. So planning the agenda allows nothing to go to chance, but everything to go to plan. You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. And the customer will see you as a pure professional that they would want to be in business with because you respect their time and you're somebody that has a plan as to where you're going and you help them achieve that. Doing this in a small way in each meeting sends a signal to them that if they can trust you to manage an hour of their time correctly and that it yields a strong result, they can then trust you to manage their investment in your company's solutions, and that the projects or the rollouts that you will do for them will equally be managed. It's the small things that we do well that paint a picture for whether we can do the big things well. Think about that. And so for the next meeting that you're planning with a customer, plan an agenda in advance. Send it to them as part of a calendar invite. Show them that you're professional. Show them that you're a safe pair of hands that knows where you're going. Chances are they'll follow you there.